Right, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Fajri. Today I would like to present my assignment about the book report. The title book is the Metamorphosis, or usually called as Metamorphosis Samsa. The author of this book is Franz Kafka. The publisher is PT Bentara Aksara Cahaya. Year of publication is 1915, and the new one is 2018. Right. So I'm gonna start with the setting of time and place. So in my opinion, this setting of time of place is in pre-automobile industrial period, and place is main character apartment as long so far in the book. Right. So about the major character, there's first of all is Gregor Samsa, or the main character. Gregor Samsa are usually mentioned as Gregor in the book is the main character of the story. He works as a traveling salesman in order to support his sister and his family. Gregor are pictured as an isolated person who has a different mindset with other people. The second one is Grete Samsa. Grete is Gregor's younger sister. After the incident where Gregor metamorphoses into an insect, Grete becomes his caretaker. While caretaking Gregor, Grete grows increasingly impatient, and eventually she wanted to get rid of Gregor because she don't want to caretaking him anymore. Uh, the third one is Mr. Samsa, Gregor and Grete father. Mr. Samsa, actually his name was never revealed and only mentioned as Mr. Samsa or father. So after the incident, Mr. Samsa is forced to work again in order to support his family. In this story, Mr. Samsa is pictured as a cruel and harsh toward his son Gregor. Not only when he metamorphoses, but before he metamorphoses, he is cruel and rude and harsh toward Gregor. So the next one is Mrs. Samsa. Same as his father, her name was never revealed and only mentioned as Mrs. Samsa or mother. So after the Gregor metamorphosis, her feeling is torn between her love for Gregor and her horror at Gregor's new state. Next one is summary. Okay, so the summary of this story: in the pre-automobile industrial period, there lived a guy who worked as a travel salesman in order to support his family. His name is Gregor Samsa. One day, without any warning or cause or any issue, Gregor woke up in his room and noticed that he metamorphosed into a large insect. Now, it's never mentioned what kind of insect did he metamorphose, but in this entire story, it just said that it's a large insect. At first, he thought it was a dream, so he decided to sleep again. He entered to roll over only to discover that he cannot do to his new big body. At that time, Gregor realized that is not a dream. The family is robbed of their financial by Gregor's sudden incapacity because of metamorphose. While Gregor's sister, Grete, is not afraid of his sight, she takes it upon herself to supply him with food, which they find he can only consume with rotten food. Cruel. Gregor continued to embrace his new identity and start to crawl on the floor, walls, and ceiling. Okay, right? Grete, who is tired of taking care of Gregor and now that everyone in the family is burdened by his life, informed her parents that they must get rid of it. They will, or they will all be destroyed. Understanding that he is no longer desired, Gregor dies of hunger before of sunrise. Taking a tram ride of the countryside, he relieved the hopeless family agrees to move a small apartment to save some money. During the short trip, Mr. and Mrs. Samsa realized that Greta has grown up pretty and well figured ready, and they think about finding her a husband. The next one is a major conflict in the story. Right. In my opinion, the major conflict in the story is when where Gregor metamorphosed into a large insect. That's the main conflict. The next one is how does the story end? Right. The story ends when the family decide to get rid Gregor and move somewhere else. They done it by letting Gregor die because of starvation. After the death of Gregor, the family felt relief and wanted to move into small apartment to save money. So the next one is, what is the theme of the book and why? Okay, the theme of the book is familial because the book is focused on family relating story. The next one is, do you like the book or not? Right. I do like this book. This story is very interesting. This is my first time reading this kind of story with this type kind of story. However, I'm not really a fan of this type of genre. I'm more of a fan of fantasy, of adventure like that. So, for me, this book just was just right to read. It's not difficult, but it's not easy. It's just right to read. I guess that's all for me. Thank you very much.